the first weight that I fought at.
Damn.
185.
Yeah.
From 225 to 185.
Yeah, and then
Fighting.
slowly I started like just fighting lower and lower and lower.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Wow, that's insane.
Bernadette must
dude.
have been real excited.
yeah.
I struck gold.
185, 165, 155.
Yeah.
Because because she already fell in love with the personality. She felt
Yeah,
like you know
yeah.
you got a real one. Like when they start dating you when you're fat,
Yeah.
and then
For real. For real.
Yeah, for real though. Yeah.
And-
Your lowest.
Yeah.
that's like buying Bitcoin when it wasn't big yet, you know.
Yeah.
And then Bitcoin blew up. You're just like, yeah, I got a whole Bitcoin now.
Yeah.
I got Eddie Abasolo, bro.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Everyone good before we get started?
I'm great.
Let's
Yeah, I'm
get into
good.
this thing.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm really excited. Baddies, welcome to another episode of ICBTB Podcast, also known as It Can't Be That Bad. Today, I got a very special guest. I got someone who could kick my ass right here, but he's a very gentle man, and I got to meet him for a quick second. We got Eddie Abasolo in the studio. Dude, welcome. Thank you for coming through, and congratulations on your success and
thanks, man.
everything that you've done, dude.
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
Yeah, like you've been on my radar for a minute ever since John Boo's in the studio as well, my fourth cousin, and you've had the pleasure of training under Ed for a few years ago.
Ed was the first guy I saw in the gym.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you look scary as shit. And then you were like the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I saw you. I remember walking into the gym and you were just kicking the bag.
Yeah.
And then I don't even think our trainer was there at the time. And then like you just came up and like taught me how to box.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for like an hour, just
Oh,
one on
shit.
one.
I love this shit,
Yeah,
man. You
yeah. I
know?
remember like that's the first thing I remember.
Yeah. That's tight, man.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell that you love this. I mean, like seeing the videos of how in depth you are when you're teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if there's no human subject there and you're just talking to the camera and breaking down what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
it's dope to see like the passion that you got for this thing.
Yeah.
You know, and the way you talk about it and like the grace that you go about with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you say something like how like when you prepare for a fight, like your wallpaper is your opponent and you
Yeah.
become their biggest fan and you see
Yeah.
them every single day to the point like when you're actually up there in the ring, you're not
Yeah.
even nervous anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
That's dope, dude. Like where did that come about?
Well, why I started doing that was because when I was training with Kevin Ross, he would do the same thing, but it wasn't his wallpaper. Like he would just carry around a picture,
Whoa.
you know what I mean, of his opponent. And, you know, he'd set it on the treadmill when he's doing sprints and he would just carry it around with him whenever he's training and whatnot, you know. Now it's just like, I got a phone that I could put their wallpaper, my opponent as my wallpaper, you know. And it just helps me with my discipline because one of my biggest distractions is my phone.
Wow.
You know, and like if I want to go on my phone and get distracted with IG or any social media or, you know, mess around, you know, on YouTube or just anything, you know what I mean? Whatever we use our phone for distractions for. It's like as soon as I turn on my phone, before I could even like log into my phone, you know, it's my opponent staring right at me.
Wow.
You know?
Dude.
Like in the morning, if my alarm goes off and I want to turn it off, like my opponent is right there, right behind my alarm, you know?
Dude, and so you're immediately thinking, rather than go into a social media app, that reminds you like, oh, I should actually be preparing to see this guy.
Yeah, I gotta get to work because I always assume that my opponent is training harder than I am. You know what I mean? I feel like my opponent is just always overtime, always working, you know. If I'm doing whatever I feel like I'm doing, I feel like my opponent is doing more, and this is what helps me push past the limit. You know what I mean?
Dude. You got some discipline to you. Like I'm like, even though I don't fight and I've never been in a fight, I feel like there's so many qualities about you that I could probably use in my own life or in my own health, dude. Like like hearing from like people like John that like that you have a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
And like also you have to cut weight massively in like a certain period of time with that sweet tooth.
Yeah.
What's the discipline with that? Because I grew up fat, and so it's tough for me to. I'm about to go to Miami at the end of this month, and so I'm trying to cut weight for very vain and selfish reasons. So yeah, like you, how do you just like discipline yourself being like a foodie?
Just knowing like what I truly want, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I signed up for this fight, and I have to make weight, you know, and what's more important for me at the moment, preparing for the fight, or, you know, having something like a snack or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically a momentary pleasure, or, you know, a pleasure that'll last, you know, meaning my fight. But unless I have a fight, I'm not gonna lie, it is hard to be disciplined. You know what I mean?
List your weaknesses right now. List like your food weaknesses. Like if there's just something right in front of you, you're just like, man, I know I gotta cut weight, but that hot dog's looking at me funny.
Chips, ice cream,
Ooh.
you know, chocolate, stuff like that. Not only is it just discipline, but me and Bernadette, mainly Bernadette, she makes sure that I'm on my meals, right? Her and my nutrition coach, Bobby, it helps cut the cravings if I'm eating the right food. A lot of times cravings come from lack of a certain nutrition. You know what I mean? If you're craving something salty, it's because you're lacking something. If you're craving something sweet, it's because you're lacking something. But if you're eating properly, on time, and this and that, so it's like you just get on a schedule. You know, I feel like this is what's helped me not crave certain things, is just eating the right foods during camp.
Wow, that's good. And it's super helpful that you have Bernadette telling you like, hey, don't eat this, eat this. Yeah. Because it's opposite with my fiance. Like I'm like, I'll be doing good when I'm at work, and I don't see her for like, you know, 3 or 4 days because I work 13-hour shifts. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm looking good, I'm looking lean because I'm dieting and I'm fasting. And then I come back and it's my first day off, and she's just like, hey, can we get boba? And I'm like, fuck. And I want to see her happy. So I get her boba. And if I want to get like, like not a healthy boba, like a fruit tea with just some like jelly, she'd be like, nah, you gotta get like, that's all you're gonna get? Yeah. And then I end up getting like the most toppings with like full sugar. And then it's just like, you know, back to square one, dude.
Yeah. But it's cool, man. You know, you enjoy that with your woman. You know what I mean? There's no, if you and your woman, or if you're a woman, you with your man, a lot of times when you're in a happy relationship, you guys tend to gain weight because, you know, it's a part of it. You guys enjoy good food together and good company together. So it's cool. You know?
Dude, some of the best moments, like even though life is about discipline and navigating with discipline and hitting your goals, nothing beats like being in love and loving your loved one and doing things like that, like watching something. I'm sure there's days where you guys are just like, oh man, I'm tired from the week. Like I want to just like sit back, relax, and watch something. And just eat copious amounts of food.
No doubt.
Well, when he's in fight camp and he has to eat healthy, I still eat what I eat. And so his fun in that is he watches me eat them.
Yeah.
You were just telling me this downstairs. He was saying that like, oh man, when I watch my kids and when my wife eat foods, like he'll tell you to like, you better eat that.
Yeah.
There was once we went to Bud's Burgers and he was in camp and he got mad because I ate my food without him.
Yeah, without letting me watch.
Oh, dude.
Like a food cuck.
That's a great. Yeah, you just want to watch it, dude. Are you like I'm into mukbangs. You seem like someone that's probably into like mukbangs. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
That's like have you seen those videos of like on Instagram or TikTok of like Korean people just eating hella food?
Oh yeah.
I'm into that. You're into that?
No, yeah. I like when I'm in fight camp, I watch stuff like that. I'm watching food challenges. You know what I mean? I'm watching all that. I remember when we used to live out here in Vallejo, and I'd be in fight camp, and when Walmart was open 24 hours, if I'd get a craving late night, then me and her would go to Walmart, and I would just stand in the ice cream aisle and just like look at all the flavors.
Wow. You just look at the flavors?
Yeah. And that would do it for me.
And that would do it for you?
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm opening that fridge. I'm grabbing something.
Oh
man.
my God, dude. Didn't you work there too?
Yeah.
Did you do the same thing? Like when you're working there, just like you like mopping like the ice cream aisle like for the 5th time that day?
Yeah.
Just looking at it.
Yep. I would look at everything and be like, I'm going to get that after my fight. I'm going to get that after my fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you ever just like taste? You ever, not in Walmart. Not like you're just opening the tubs in Walmart and you're sticking your finger in there. But ever like if you're like on that cut, you're just like, one spoonful won't hurt me.
Yeah. When you get to a point to where your diet is on point, you can cheat. You know what I mean? It's like discipline brings a certain level of freedom.
Wow.
You know what I mean? If I stay disciplined most of the time, I could cheat a little bit throughout the week, you know, but at the same time, I have to be disciplined as I cheat and not go overboard. If I say I'm going to have 1 scoop, I got to have 1 scoop. You know?
That's my issue.
Stuff
Like if my
I
fiance
can't
will
have
be
1
like,
scoop, dude.
she'll do
I can't.
Nah, dude.
I have to have at least 3.
Not just one
At least
anything.
3.
If it's a bag of chips, if I'm having 1 chip, like my
Yeah.
fiance would say, just have 1. I'm like, no, that
I
that
can't
bag's
remember the
done.
last time I resealed a bag of chips.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
I just eat the whole bag.
We have so many chip clips, and I'm like, we don't need these because this bag's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
What leftovers? Fuck the Tupperware. Like, what am I saving? I'm just gonna eat it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude. I grew up a pretty obese child, and I'm trying to. I lost weight a long time ago, and so like health is very important to me.
Yeah.
Both for like not just the aesthetic aspect, but just for the health aspect.
Yeah.
And so, seeing you talking about your discipline and just seeing your physique, it just really inspires me. Like, earlier this morning, I had one of those croissants, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do more research on Eddie, and the first thing that pops up is just you, like, it was like a thumbnail of you versus Nicholas Larson, and it was just you like flexing everything, and I felt so bad about eating that croissant because I just saw how jacked you were, dude.
Yeah.
And you also have this Instagram post of like you next to Akuma, big Street Fighter fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huge.
Big gamer growing up.
Yeah. Matter of fact, when we first got together, her brother and a few of her brother's friends, they would go to tournaments at Fuddruckers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? For Street Fighter. So we'd be at the house just playing all day. They'd be practicing all day, and like we even had the sticks controls at home.
Yeah.
So we'd be playing each other on the sticks and stuff, and me and her just naturally got good just by playing with them and like, you know, hearing how they talk about hitboxes and stuff like that. And you know what I mean?
Oh, it gets so specific.
Yeah. So
Counters and all that stuff,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
So like we just got good at it. And then, you know, when we would go to arcades and stuff, like I would just hop on and play people and just be dope. You know, just because I'm playing with her brother and them from kicking our asses all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like playing video games with my dad growing up, and yeah, I love video games.
Wow.
I remember back at the house of Vallejo, you guys would play, and you guys would be so serious about it.
Yeah.
I never picked up the sticks because I was just like, I'm good, dude. I'll watch you guys play. You guys were so competitive about it.
Yeah, it would get intense.
Dude, and I kept hearing, pass me the sticks, pass me the sticks.
If there's any aspect of what you do in the ring that translates into video games, count me out, man. count me. Like, I like video games. Don't make me hate it, Eddie. Because I'm trash at like fighting games for sure.
Yeah.
But that's cool, dude. That's cool. That how long have you guys been together now?
16 years.
Yeah, about 16 years.
Wow. Who made the first move?
Me.
Ooh, what was it
Yeah.
like? What did you do? Were you like playing Street Fighter in front of her?
I actually told her that we was just friends at the time, and she knew I liked her because Elvin busted me out one time when we was
As
you
he
know,
does?
Yeah,
Yes, he does, dude.
because we were just all barbecuing as friends one time, and me and Elvin was just talking shit to each other. You know what I mean? Like as we do. And then I guess I must have got him good because he was like, "Shut up, motherfucker. That's why you like my sister." And I was like, so like, you know, I couldn't
try to play it
off.
off.
What am I gonna say? No, and ruin my chances. Yeah.
No, I don't like her.
I was like,
we're
so?
just friends.
In fact, I don't like girls.
Yeah.
Wait, so what did you say? You said like, yeah, so what?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, so, but then like,
Wow.
like nothing came off that. But then, like later on down the road, I remember I told her I liked her and this and that, you know, and then she stopped answering my phone calls and we stopped kicking it. Whoa. You know what I mean?
Were you playing hard to get? Was it what it was? No.
What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
what
think
was
it was
it?
more like I got.
What was it?
Like a shocker, you know.
Oh, you were just shocked.
Yeah, we were like because we were like best friends.
Oh, you didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah,
I see. Yeah.
But then what's going on through his mind when you just go radio silent?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're like, oh man, I fucked up. What did I do?
I was like, oh shit, all right, chalk it to the game, you know, and just keep it moving.
Right.
And then like 2 years later, she hits me up.
2 years?
You made him wait 2 years, Bernadette?
2 years? I was like 1.
Okay,
That's still hella long.
Yeah, a year.
Jesus Christ.
Like Bernadette, I know that guys are simple, but we have feelings, and then when we go home and the girl doesn't like us back, we think about that girl.
No, but you know, there's also those moments where like you don't know what you have until it's gone, type of thing. You know, like because I saw him as a friend at the moment, you know, and me trying to save the friendship, I rather like not go into that with him.
I see.
Yeah.
But when I saw him giving another girl the same attention he was giving me, it kind of like made me realize like
She was getting jealous.
Hella mad.
Because we went camping. Like we ended up you know, hanging out again and whatever.
Yeah.
But then we all went camping, and then some other girls, you know what I mean, that came with us were like, Eddie, cool, you know what I mean?
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And then she was like hella trying to draw me to her tent.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
What were you doing?
I wasn't drawn to her.
Right.
Anymore.
We're just saying
Because of
like
a year of not talking to me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to your tent
Yeah,
either.
like, forget your tent.
forget your
Whack
tent.
ass tent.
Get your own hamburger. You know what I mean? Because that's what it was. She wanted me to
stop
get
talking
a
to
burger
me.
from the
A
grill.
burger.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
And then yeah, we get back from camping, and then you know, like, yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what happened. I crashed my car before that,
Jesus Christ.
and so my mom was taking me to work for a little bit,
Yeah.
and when we got back from camping, she was like, "I'll take you to work. Tell your mommy she don't gotta take you to work."
Wow.
And then she just started taking me to work from then, and then I got a toothbrush at her house, and then
Dang.
that's it. The day we got together, we were living with each other. So we've been living with each other for 16 years
Yeah.
as well.
So what
You
was
know?
the moment that you like asked her out where you're just like, hey, I know you already probably know this, but I dig you.
Oh no, she asked.
Oh, you asked him
Yeah.
out. Wow, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Really changed the narrative
yeah,
of girls asking guys out instead of the other way around.
yeah.
Wow,
Should
that's a
happen
beautiful
more often.
story. It should, dude. Guys like me and
Yeah.
John, we have to work so hard on like our personalities and like walk up to the girl and then like
Don't get me wrong, he was 225 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Together.
I was 225 when we got together.
I heard you were bigger. John was telling me that you were a bigger boy.
Yeah, it was tall tees, jabots, and
You look like Paul Wall.
Oh,
yeah, I had a grill and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude,
There's that one picture I remember, like, it looked like a MySpace picture. But, like, that was when you were, like, big.
Yeah,
You had,
yeah.
like, the buzz cut or something.
MySpace, yeah.
Was it, like, did you have braids or was it a buzz cut back then?
No, it was a fade.
Yeah,
it was a fade?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
damn, dude, that's nuts that you like cut so much weight because you're obviously unrecognizable from whatever that was, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't even have any excess skin because when I when I was in high school, I was like 255 pounds. And then like I lost weight after my first girlfriend broke up with me because that's what heartbreak will do.
Yeah.
I lost 75 pounds in like the course of 3 months. But then like I got all these stretch marks and whatnot. How were you able to like just bounce back and look like an action figure afterwards?
It took years.
Dang.
Like, because we got together and I didn't lose weight immediately because that's when I was making music and stuff. So I would just be sitting down all day, you know, and like just eating chorizo burritos and from Baldo's.
Yeah,
and,
Baldo's.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, chorizo
Baldo's,
burritos from Baldo's
hella
making
late.
beats.
Rest in peace, Baldo's.
I know, man.
Wow, dude.
And then found Muay Thai, you know, and then slowly just started coming down. What was the first I fought at? 180?
185 or 190.
That was the first weight that I fought at.
Damn.
185.
From 225 to 185.
Yeah, and then
Fighting.
slowly I started like just fighting lower and lower and lower, you know, so.
Wow, that's insane.
Bernadette
dude.
must have been real excited.
Yeah.
I struck gold.
185, 165, 155.
Yeah.
Because she already fell in love with the personality. She felt
Yeah,
like you know
yeah.
you got a real one, like when they start dating you when you're fat,
Yeah.
and then
For real. For real.
for real though, yeah.
Your lowest.
Yeah.
That's like buying Bitcoin when it wasn't big yet, you know.
Yeah.
And then Bitcoin blew up. You're just like, yeah, I got a whole Bitcoin now.
Yeah.
I got Eddie Abasolo, bro. Because my fiance says, because when I met her, it was post fat Christian. I'd lost my weight.
Yeah.
I was looking good.
Yeah.
And then she started like, you know, she made the first moves on me, right?
Nice.
And then she found out that I was fat and all that stuff. And then she says all the time, like, I would have dated you when you were fat. I'm like, I don't know. We can't prove it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, unless I gain all my weight back
Yeah.
now and she stays with me,
Right?
Dude, I want to talk about. I love that you said you brought up that you used to make music because that was something I was gonna bring up with you. What
Yeah.
was that? How long was that? What was that journey like? And talk about that, please.
It was after high school, so I would say it was a couple years, right? That journey was hella fun, you know. I would make beats, I would sell beats,
Wow.
I would write lyrics, I was able to sell a couple lyrics, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Going to shows, just like living wild, thizzing and like all that, you know what I mean? Like we just like just real babe with it, you know what I mean? And this was 2005. That's when the hyphy era was still like buzzing, you know what I mean?
Oh,
so
dude.
it's like,
Performed with Taji Spitz, or he was there with him.
Dude, that's so cool.
yeah, I got to meet Taji Spitz and was on stage with him and a few other guys, you know what I mean? It was just dope, you know?
It's so cool that you were doing, like, you lived two different lives almost, right?
Yeah.
Like you lived in the music area of the Bay Area when the hyphy movement was popping, which is
Yeah.
like something that means a lot to me because that reminds me of my cousins and like growing up in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh because, you know, that was such a dope time to live in. You got to live
Yeah.
in that era, and now you're living this completely other different life where you're fighting, you're doing what you love as your job, and you also like you're a father of 3, man.
Yeah.
Like what's been your favorite part of this entire journey? This like because there seems like to be like in this conversation like 3 different Eddies we've been talking about, right?
Yeah, man. They all hold a special place in my heart. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't change nothing. I would love to go back and, you know, live in my high school days. Like post high school when, you know, I was doing music, stuff like that. But I was living a little reckless. You know what I mean? When I was doing music, I was just out there and I was like, I was living as if I wasn't going to see tomorrow.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to see tomorrow. And if I did see tomorrow, it was just, you know, a surprise to me. You know, I wasn't doing nothing athletic. I was smoking, what's it called? A pack of Newports a day.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? It's like, I remember there was one time I was smoking a cigarette. I was like, man, I am never doing nothing athletic ever again in my life. I just smoke way too much, not realizing what was ahead of me.
Yeah.
You know, and then found Muay Thai, started doing Muay Thai, and it's just crazy where Muay Thai went with me in my life, because when we were doing Muay Thai, it wasn't really like popular in our area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, unless you moved to Thailand and fought in the stadiums and stuff like that, dedicated your life to Muay Thai out there, like there was no finish line, or you know what I mean? There's no like haven for Muay Thai. There was no future.
Yeah.
Really no future.
There was no ONE FC.
Yeah, there was nothing.
Nothing
There
like
was
that.
nothing. Only local shows and, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy how one thing just led to another. And I'm just grateful that I'm still around as ONE FC is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
On and popping.
It is cool. Yeah, you're living in an era like where Muay Thai is popping.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan follows you. You know, that's
Yeah.
fucking dope.
I remember
dude.
when he
man.
called you out.
I know, man.
They talked about you on his podcast, and he was like, "I love that guy."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit, you know Ed?
That was my
You
same.
watching Ed?"
That was my same reaction for a good 10 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
He was like talking about me. I was like, oh,
That's
shit.
a big deal because he
That's
knows
tight.
he knows fighters and he knows the game, and to be shouted out and to be recognized by that guy,
Yeah.
means you're really killing the game. And as an outsider looking in, from the fights that I've watched, and from dude, you're a scary but fun guy to watch. There's so many qualities about you that, you know, like you hold your grace, you hold your it's the flow state that you talk about, man. Like you're in the zone and it's so graceful. Like the way that you like slip away from something and then that like back elbow comes.
Yeah.
You're so scary with those elbows. Cause sometimes like when I was fat and I would walk and I would like not know how big my radius was, I would hit my elbow against the wall and that would hurt.
Yeah.
But here you are bashing people
Yeah.
with your elbows, dude. It's incredible, man.
Yeah.
Dude, those elbows. I remember that. Was it your first world title, Amis, when you had to wear the elbow pad and your elbow went through the elbow pad?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was insane.
Yeah.
I remember. Do you still have that?
Yeah. I still have it at the gym.
Yeah, yes.
And I'll just look at it from time to time. You know, it has it's a pad, and it was an elbow pad, but the pad has a piercing in it from when I just elbowed through it. You know, I cut the guy through my elbow pad and finished the fight like that.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Was that Brooks?
Yeah, it was Brooks.
Yeah.
It was
Keep
hers.
that, man. Like now that's something that you could look back at.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful like how you translate this in so many different ways. Like you as a father, like seeing like you show your oldest like how to run the speed bag.
Yeah.
So it's moments like that, like I'm sure like what fatherhood brings, like where you are bringing the passion that you love and like one of the people you love the most in the world together.
Yeah. And it's dope seeing them take an interest in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's hard not to if you're just around it all day, you know? Like sometimes she'll be bored, like we're at the gym, I'm training or teaching, and you know, she's training and whatnot, and she'll just walk up to the speed bag and just start like messing with it.
Yeah.
You know, from time to time she'll be like, Dad, look at this new trick that I learned on the speed bag. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay, dope, you know? And these are things that I know they're gonna remember as they get older. You know, I may show her a little tip here and there, you know, and the kids, the boys, they get into it because we watch Hajime no Ippo. It's an anime about like boxing and stuff like that.
Yep.
So they're really into it. You know what I mean? Some techniques that they show on there, like we'll play with those techniques in the gym. You know, so
Wow, that's really cool to like to take anime and like translate that into like what you're doing at the gym as well.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, man. The blending of so many different worlds that you live in. Because I'm not a dad, but if my fiance and I decide to have children, I hope that, dude, it'd be beautiful if they like took the same interests in what I love to do.
Yeah.
Because when I grew up, my dad's a singer, and so he showed me karaoke.
Nice.
And I wonder what it must have felt like when I took that interest. Like, you know, because I'm a singer now, and I love seeing. It's my favorite thing to do in the world. So I can't imagine what it makes you feel like to be like, oh wow, like the blending of two loves.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy, and it does give you a chill in your spine from time to time, because it's like, I want them to be successful, and I want them to follow their passion, and you know what I mean? I want them to find their passion and have a passion. I don't care if their passion is fighting, but at least like live for something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Follow whatever you feel like you love doing. Like, do that, because there's something about doing what we love doing that just, it's fulfilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't care. I always tell them, I don't care if it's fighting or whatnot, but do something fulfilling, you know? But the fact that they do happen to find what we do at the gym fulfilling, yeah, it's just like it's a plus, you know what I mean? It's like a cherry on top,
Yeah.
you know? And fighting especially, because everything is related to fighting. Like, even though most of us may not have stepped in a ring or whatever, everything that we do in life, it equates to fighting. We use fighting as a metaphor for everything. People fighting for their life in the hospital, people fighting to save their relationship, or people fighting to get this job, or you know what I mean? So since we equate everything to fighting, the same principles will go hand in hand, you know what I mean? As far as patience and fixing it on the next rep and trying, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah. It's so cool to, you're obviously passionate about this, and you said something on an interview that made me like riled up, because you said like, the question was like, what advice do you have for like the younger generation of fighters? And even though it was geared toward fighters, it's honestly geared toward everyone. You said fall in love with the training.
Yeah.
Fall in love with the training. With me, that's like, if I love this podcast, I gotta fall in love with the editing.
Yeah.
I fall in love with the process. I fall in love with you and I. Even in this, like you and I just slowly getting to know each other, what makes each other laugh and all that stuff. I fall in love with those moments.
Yeah.
And so what you said is applicable to someone like me that doesn't do anything that you do.
Yeah. It's the same. One thing that I keep with me is something that I heard Mike Tyson say, actually. You got to be the champ before you become him. You got to be him before you become him. Before you get that belt around your waist, you have to be him in the camp, in the fight camp. You know what I mean? It's like same thing. If you want to be a podcaster, you got to, or whatever, a chef, a painter, whatever. You got to be that person behind closed doors before the world technically dubs you this person. It's like, I'm already him. You know what I mean? When I get a belt wrapped around my waist, it's like, I already knew this. How does it feel? How does it feel to be the champ? You know what I mean? They might ask you. It's like, man, I already knew. How does it feel just finding out? You know what I mean? I already knew.
Wow.
You tell me, how does it feel to just find out?
Oh, yeah. You know, it's a surprise for the rest of us.
But I mean, that's true though, right? Because like, you are your biggest critic.
Yeah.
So if you could get yourself to believe that you are the champ, then like, yeah, everybody else would too, right?
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, at least for me, like I have, and I think I got this also from you too, is like white belt mentality, where you're just like always like, it could be better, you know, like I do this one drill, like even I think I remember Bernadette, you were doing this stuff at work where you're just practicing just basic foot movement. Right, like you used to do that, right, at work. Yeah, like just basic. It's like yeah, you're just working on fundamentals and perfecting it, and it could always be better. Yeah. So to like finally get to that point where you're like, no, that's good. I'm good. Yeah. You know, like that takes so much more than because anybody else. Most people are people pleasers. Would be like, yeah, you're the champ, Ed. I do it all the time. Yeah, I put you up on that pedestal all the time because I'm just like so happy to see you up there. Yeah, you know. Yeah. But like I know that you have that mentality of just working hard. Yeah. And I think the commonality between everything that you've done, from music to Muay Thai to being a father, being a partner, is like people call it like obsession, but it's really, it's being a nerd, right?
Yeah.
Like even like playing video games, all that stuff. It's just being a nerd where you're just like so obsessed with the process.
Yeah.
And then within that, like every little detail, you get obsessed with the little details of it.
Yeah.
To the point where it's hard to mess up. It comes down to like who's the one that made the most mistakes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so I think like that's why you relate so well with everybody. And you're also like not looking for attention.
Yeah.
Which is like something I like really love about you. It's like the attention just finds, like, people are just like, dude, have you met Ed? It's like everyone knows Ed, but he's never out there being like, I'm Ed Abasolo and I'm fucking champion, dog.
Dude, it makes you that much cooler.
Yeah.
Makes you that much cooler of just like the fact that you kind of like don't even know how cool you are. It's just kind of like you're just which is true. Like you're just a normal guy that's really, really good at the thing that you do.
Yeah.
And to add on to like what we've all been saying, man, like I heard this thing, like what you practice in private, you will be rewarded for in public.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're doing.
I think it's because as a fighter, you know, our career is short-lived. We can't do it forever. You know, a chef can cook until he's, you know, on his deathbed. You know what I mean? Someone who could paint can paint, you know, forever. No matter how old you are. Or someone who could sing, or, you know what I mean? For the most part, like, these are things that you can do, and they don't have timeline as much. As a fighter, it's like we lose our ability. We get slower. Age just catches up with us. You know, and although a great fighter may inspire many people and whatnot, I've seen a lot of great fighters who were douchebags, and whatever they can do in the ring, it doesn't help. You know what I mean? Once they're done, or they can't do what they do anymore, it's like, okay, like, what did you leave? You know what I mean? All people will remember what you've accomplished and this and that. They might. They don't really remember much, but how you made them feel. Yeah. Especially when we're at our highest. You know what I mean? That's what truly gives value to our character. How were you when you were at your highest towards people? You know, it's easy to be humble when we're at our lowest. When we're trying to come up in the game, in any game, more times than not, we're willing to do anything for everyone. Oh, you need help with that? Oh, okay, yeah, cool. You need, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll be there. No, don't even worry about it. You know, I don't need no money, nothing like that. You know, it's on the strength or whatever. You know what I mean? But then once once certain people reach a certain level, all of a sudden they start treating their fans like, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, I'm a huge fan. It's like, yeah, okay. Like, they're bothered. You know what I mean? When you get your first fan, you become a fan of that fan, because like it's like, oh shoot, you're a fan of me. You know about me? Yeah. Oh shoot, yeah, let's take a picture. You know, you're so excited. You know, and then I feel like through the process, people tend to lose that from time to time. Not everyone, but some people. I've seen it, and this is what's helped me stay humble and on my path, is because people are only going to remember how you made them feel. You ever run into someone from your past, and then you're like, man, I don't know why, but I didn't like that person. Me and that person didn't really, you know what I mean? I don't remember. Or, man, I don't really remember him like that. I just remember, like, I felt good with that person. You know what I mean? That person was hella cool. I can't tell you why he was hella cool, because I don't remember. I just remember that I got a good vibe from that person. You know what I mean? Those things are the only things that leave a footprint, really. So when I'm done doing this, I don't need to worry about, I'll probably get depressed because I can't do what I love anymore, but I won't be depressed in the sense that, no one loves me or this and that. Like, I don't get as much attention as I used to or whatever. It's because, you know, I don't have to look over my shoulder. I don't have to worry about, oh man, I made this person feel bad, or you know what I mean? It's like, I tried to be genuine to everyone as much as I could, because I know how it feels. You know what I mean? To be on the other end. So I don't never want to make anyone feel like that. And just the fact that right now I'm cool, you know what I mean? It just makes it that much easier to be nice and, you know what I mean, be genuine and, you know what I mean, make people feel good. Because right now, because of who I am, just a simple hello or a handshake can mean the world to somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Dude, not even just right now are you cool, because if I ran into Eddie Abasolo eating a chorizo burrito from Baldo's making beats, I'd have been like, I still want this guy on my podcast. It could be an ASMR podcast where we're eating the chorizo burritos on mic. It'd be like
smacking you.
Yeah. So Mac Dre, yeah.
Check out these 808s I made.
Yeah. Check out these 808s. It's the year 2005.
Yeah, man.
It's easy to forget words, verbatim and context. But you're right. The things that stick with us is energy.
Yeah.
You know, they say the same thing about like relationships and breakups. Sometimes like you don't even know what you fought about, but you know that you fought. Sometimes if you see an ex, you might have good feelings about the ex if the breakup was healthy.
Yeah, yeah.
But sometimes you might have like horrible feelings about an ex if the breakup was horrible. And then you don't even remember what you broke up about.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And the way you navigate this entire industry and this art form and your platform is beautiful. Like even just like watching that Nicholas Larson fight at the very end after you like knock him out. You're thanking the crowd and then you go in and check in on him. And that's such a beautiful thing, dude. Before you accept your victory, at the end of the day, we are two humans and it is a dangerous art form. You're checking in on the other person.
Yeah, because we're warriors. We're not savages.
Yeah, dude.
In the ring. You know what I mean? We're at battle and there's a certain code. Unless there's maybe even with a whole bunch of shit talking, build up, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Like there's something that you have to, well, this is just my perspective. I don't know if other fighters feel this way. There's something about what we just shared that you got to respect. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like you get to find out who someone truly is when you stand across from them in the ring, because it's like, were you a coward? Did you have heart? More times than not, they have heart. You know, at the level that I'm at now, it's like I don't meet no cowards in the ring. Like everyone has heart. Everyone is willing. Everyone is sacrificing, and we're all like doing our best. The emotions are raw. You can't lie when you're in there. You don't have time to lie. You can't put up a front. You know what I mean? Wow. Everything is real. Yeah. So it's like, there's some things that you share with the people that you fight that you've never even shared with some of your closest friends. You know what I mean? You guys went into battle with each other, messed each other up the best you can. You know what I mean? Didn't back down from each other. And it's just like, man, respect. Yeah. Like, it's almost, I can't really like put into words the respect and connection that I have with this person, but it's there. It's like you gotta feel it to know. You know what I mean? So like I said, we're not savages, like, you know what I mean? We're warriors, and there is a certain code that I feel like is there. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of times I'm best friends with the people that I just got done fighting. I still stay connected with the people that I've most of the people that I've fought, and we still like check in on each other, wish each other luck on our upcoming bouts, and you know, stuff like this. And you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, dude. It is a beautiful thing how an art form like fighting, where you would think it's about savagery, it's actually the most vulnerable thing you can do. Yeah, dude. It's something that is so intimate but displayed amongst thousands and millions of people. Yeah. You know, and
it's beautiful too. So beautiful. Like when you watch your highlights, your reels, dude. Yeah. Like the movements are so beautiful from both sides. Yeah. You know, and like
dancing.
Even when somebody like you catch somebody with something, like they take away from that, like, I'm never gonna get hit with that again. Yeah. You know, like it's like always like failure comes with learning. Yeah. You know, and so like, and I think that's something that you're gonna come up with later too, is like you're gonna be a fantastic trainer. Yeah. You know, after all said and done, you put your gloves down and everything. like, I think you're going to have so much success in training because you're a nerd, right? Like, you love to, like, when you're a nerd, you love to share.
Dude.
You love to talk about, like, the things that you're nerding out on. Like, I do it with my job, too, is, like, I could talk to people that know sound, and we could talk for hours.
Yeah.
And I feel like you do the same thing with, like, fighting, is you could talk for hours on techniques and like, how to get around certain things and different drills that could make somebody better.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever get that feeling, like, when you see somebody and you see the hole that someone has, like somebody at the gym or something, and you're just like, oh, I could fix this person right now.
All the time.
You know?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But you know what I mean? At the same time, I try to let them figure it out. You know?
That's hella smart.
Let them learn how to fish instead of giving them a fish.
Yeah.
Because what I've learned through teaching is not everyone is ready. Not everyone is ready for what you have to give them. And it doesn't matter if I have gold to give you. If you're not receptive and you're not ready to receive it, because I'm not saying you're not as skilled or you're not, it's just we're all on different parts of our journey. And I've been on this journey for so long that I remember the phases that I went through of certain people trying to teach me something, but I wasn't receptive to it because I was like working on this, or I'm like, no, this is what's important right now, or this, you know what I mean? Whether I was a knucklehead about it or I just didn't understand it. You know what I mean? I understand what they were talking about because I'm still on, for example, I'm still on multiplication and they're trying to teach me geometry. You know what I mean? It's like, no matter what, I can't understand what you're trying to put down. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, when I feel a certain person is ready, then I'll share. But I always see, like, I can help this person with this, or I can help this person with that. But then that's how I'll go crazy. Through experience, I've gone crazy. It's like I'm trying to help this person with this, and it's like, how do you not get it? Like, this is what I'm, you know what I mean? It gets frustrating for me. It gets frustrating for the person I'm trying to share with, and we get nowhere. You know what I mean?
And the other side of the coin is, though, too, right? Like, what if they figure out a different way?
Yeah.
Than what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're just like, oh shit, that's tight. Like, then you learn something about that person, that fighter, that kid.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's how they like to fight. That's naturally how they like to fight. So then you kind of like turn your training into something different for that one person.
Yeah. Well, the way that I've figured that someone is ready to be receptive to whatever I have to say is just through naturally falling into a conversation on a certain topic. You know what I mean? If they bring up a certain topic, or the conversation just goes down this rabbit hole, oh, okay, like, whatever gold I have in this rabbit hole, here, you know what I mean? Take it. You know, the conversation and the ideas need to come up naturally. I can't force anything upon someone. You know what I mean?
You need them to love it just as much as you do before, like, you even try to teach them the way that you teach. Like, it has to come up naturally like that.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, if you guys are not on the same page, then once again, you're forcing it.
Yeah.
It's like loving the process of solving a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And the funny thing is, I only really like helping people that don't need my help, if that makes sense. Because I know that you're truly on this journey and you're truly seeking. But if you're, because I've come across people who, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you do this? How does this, you know what I mean? It's like, and then I'll go into depth about, like you said, someone asks you a question about sound, you know, you could just go into depth about it. And then, oh, okay, thanks. But then I'd never see them on the bag or shadow boxing or trying to work on what we just went in depth about. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't expect you to get it, but at least try. You know what I mean? If you're not getting your own reps in, if you're not chasing this yourself, then I'm just going to be wasting my breath. So it's the people that I see in the gym before class, after class, working on their own craft. The people who don't seek my help, I'm willing to help. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's a beautiful way to put it. And how does it feel when it finally does click when you see that person that does show up before class and the person that does stay after class?
It's dope, man. It's dope to see the growth in people. You know what I mean? I love it. It makes me proud. It really does make me proud to see them put in the work and then go out and compete and get what they deserve. You know what I mean? Now, that doesn't mean we always win. You know what I mean? But I'm there to help people when they do take an L. And that's why, you know, through my L's, I don't take it like, oh, man. I mean, I'm lying. I go through, because first couple of days after the fight, you know what I mean?
Like, fuck,
like there's such an emotional roller coaster taking an L, you know. But the fact that I'm not the only one taking an L, and you know, I got these people that look up to me, and I feel like it's my job and duty to show the next generation or the people under me how to take a L. It's not over at the L. You know what I mean? Like this last fight that I just fought, I got knocked down. You know what I mean? I would prefer to not get knocked down, but the fact that I did get knocked down, and then in the same round, came back and knocked him down. You know what I mean? And then put pressure on the next round. It shows something. You know what I mean? And it's motivating to the people after me, as well as taking this L. And it's like, all right, they still see me in the gym, back to work, like nothing happened. You know what I mean? I'm not moping. I'm not this and that. I'm just like, if anything, I'm a little bit more quiet and a lot bit more focused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, this is what it takes, y'all. Like, you know, let's get to it.
Yeah.
That's the dope thing about work, and that's the dope thing about art, is that we love it so much that it is healthy for us and natural for us to, like, when we get that L, we acknowledge it. We acknowledge that feeling, but then what are you going to do with that feeling? What are you going to do with that energy, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to pacify yourself? Are you going to stop? Are you going to quit?
Yeah.
Nah, we're just going to get better next time. So is that, with that kind of mentality, is the L really an L? Nah, dude, because it's a fucking rep.
Yeah.
Man, with anything that you do.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, you came back up and you knocked him out. Like, that's so dope.
Yeah.
Like, and you clipped that and you put that on your IG because you were proud of that moment of both the knockouts. And right?
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, give us our flowers. Dude, because that's what it is. There is that code. There is that balance. There is that beauty of just like, you guys went in the ring and you guys gave it all and you did the damn thing and you guys...
Yeah, showing your heart wins the heart. You know, you win the heart of the crowd, but you win their heart by showing your heart, seeing someone come back, you know what I mean, from being knocked down. You know what I mean? It's like that's something that just hits you in the heart. But if you're watching it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
And it's crazy because this whole camp, like, it's just been feeling like preparation for this fight. I felt like, man, everything is just falling into place. There's no way I can lose. You know what I mean? In camp, just like life, we're going for something. When we're going for something, we're getting ready for something, certain things fall apart around us in life. You know what I mean? These little adversities are crucial and important. Whenever we're chasing something, it's like God saying, show me how much you want it. You know what I mean? Because everyone is asking for the same thing.
Yeah.
You know? And then we learn how to adjust, and I've been learning to see the silver lining in everything. You know, if I get a little knick-knack injury here, or, you know, something doesn't go right there during my camp, I'm like, all right, cool. What is this trying to teach me? How did it redirect my focus? You know what I mean? Yeah. And everything's been unfolding and just falling right into place, better than I could have ever planned it.
Yeah.
You know? So I remember standing there and waiting for them to call who the winner was. And I was just looking in the air like, it's got to be me. It's got to be. There's no way that everything just fell into place in camp. You know what I mean? All the way up until the fight. Weight cut was smooth, just everything. You know what I mean? I'm just like, there's no way. And then they called Luke's name, and I was like, yo, what the hell? You know what I mean? I remember I went back to my room, and like I had a little stack of papers, you know what I mean? Every morning and night, I would just, write down some affirmations, my thoughts, what I wanted to happen, just stuff like that. And I was like, man, I wanted to just chuck it across the room and be like, man, this is fake. This all ain't real. You know what I mean? All this is some BS. And then after I had my little tantrum, like there was a moment of clarity, and I was like, the chips are still falling. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything is still unfolding. Like this fight isn't the end all. There's something coming.
Yeah.
There's something coming, from this. So it's like, all right, I just got to be patient. I got to practice what I preach. I got to have faith and just keep on trucking like I've been doing, like I've done with all my L's. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I got to just take this L the same way I took it on the chin in the second round and come back and knock out the next one. You know what I mean? So it's like this is what helps me not trip off of the outcome. You know what I mean? Because this isn't the outcome.
No.
There's still more coming.
It's part of the journey, man.
Yeah.
It's part of the journey. People, I had this rapper on my podcast, and he said these wise words that he heard from someone. He said, all your life you're thinking about like what's the destination in your journey, and the destination is the journey, man.
Yeah.
It's it's not the end point there, because there is no end.
Yeah.
Everything is part of like you are. It's all meant to happen.
Yeah.
Man. It's the moment, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because like it's all a learning moment, and like I get it, dude. Like those moments where you have to, like, you're so passionate about it that you have to throw a tantrum sometime because you fucking love it.
Yeah.
If you're not getting upset a little bit about it, then do we truly love it? Nah, dude. Emotions are tied into this like a fucking roller coaster because it's everything you put your heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears into. That's a natural reaction.
Yeah. There's something that we say to each other at the gym, just to remind each other, is regardless of what happens, wins, losses, even from just a good day of training or a hard day of training, even a day of training where things didn't go our way, you know what I mean? It's like we're in the good old days right now. Like right now we're in the good old days. And one day, this, like, to be truthful, it's all going to be gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We won't be in these days anymore. That doesn't mean that the days later won't be the good old days. You know what I mean? Because Warriors was the good old days. We didn't know for a minute. We didn't know we was in the good old days. We was just wilding out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and what we're doing now, we're in the good old days. You know what I mean? Of this chapter. So it's just trying to enjoy it and not be so hasty to get to the destination, because once we get to where we're trying to go to, the only thing left to do is reminisce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing left. I wish I could go back. You know what I mean? It's like, man, we're in it right now.
Savor the moment, dude.
We're in it right now.
I think that's part of the beauty of humanity, and what we're doing is that it's all temporary. Life is temporary. Imagine if we lived forever. We'd be like, we wouldn't cherish a damn moment, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if, like, you could fight until you were 80. You wouldn't cherish each fight as much.
Yeah.
You wouldn't cherish each training session as much, dude.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, man, there's beauty with how finite things are.
Mm-hmm.
And like hearing you talk about it, like, dude, after this I want to do like 20,000 push-ups. I'm gonna be One Punch Man after this. Yeah, dude, because you're so good at what you do, like from like the kicks to the elbows. The only thing I'm waiting for you to do is a Hadouken in the ring.
For real, dude.
Yeah, dude, just I'm waiting for that moment. And victory by Hadouken goes to Eddie Abasolo. Shoryuken.
Be like disqualification.
Disqualification due to Destructo Disc by Eddie Abasolo. Yeah, man. I mean, like, we're all on your side, man. I can see the love from the community, especially somewhere like as local as Vallejo.
Yeah.
You go all the way to like places like Singapore, Thailand. You travel the world, and you're representing not just the USA, but this city right here, where like where I get groceries.
Yeah.
Is such a dope thing that you're doing. And
that part is crazy, man. That part is crazy. Like, you know, because as I'm doing what I'm doing in training and, you know, going, like, I'm just in the moment, you know what I mean? And I'm not thinking about that, like, what I'm representing and this and that. The only reason why I'm, like, I'll think about that after the fact, after the fight, but I can't, it's just too much pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To think about anything other than the fight as I'm going into it. But it's like, when I hear people say it, it's just nuts, man. You know, like growing up here and then just being like a representative of not only Vallejo, but the Bay Area and like the country, the U.S. You know what I mean? It's like I'm representing the U.S. every time I go out there and fight. And it's nuts, man. It is crazy to think about.
It's so cool to like see you like in your walkout too, and you're like kind of dancing to him. Like, this guy's like so excited.
Yeah.
The music's so good. Your
So
walkout
good.
music is so good.
Yeah.
Like, I want a cha-cha. It's so good. You're saying what's up to everyone that's like watching, and then
Yeah.
you just navigate with so much grace and humility that it's so inspiring, dude. It's so cool. Like, I'm a fan. So many people are fans of you. Like, yeah, man. It's so cool. What's the plans after retirement? Just like, you just gonna eat all the sweets in the world and be the best dad in the world?
Probably. Yeah.
Back to Chorizo Burritos.
Yeah. Shoot, I might, you know, fiddle with the music again because
Yes.
I got a few apps on my phone, you know, just to play with. Like, none of the stuff that I have is saved because, like, I'm not gonna pay the premium.
Yeah.
You know? So I can't save. But
Let me export this beat after this ad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But like, my kids show interest. They play with it. You know what I mean? And like right now, I just I don't try to teach them nothing because they don't want to listen.
Sure.
You know what I mean? They just want to play with it. Yeah. So I just, okay, have a ball, you know, and they just start picking up things just naturally. Yeah. So I would love to get back to music. I love music. Music is something that I can do until I'm whatever age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like Muay Thai, whether the world knew about me or not, I'd still be doing it because this is just something that I love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm the fact that Eddie Abasolo, whatever that ego is known across the world is just a plus of, you know, what I love to do. Whether people know who I was or not, I would still be doing Muay Thai. You know what I mean? I'd still be hitting the bag. I would still be, you know, into music. Like, I don't do it to blow up. I just do it, you know, because I love it. You ever seen that movie Soul?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've referenced this movie so many times talking to creatives on this podcast, but it's that
The flow state?
the flow state, man.
Yeah. Oh
is
my gosh.
such
That's
a beautiful
exactly what it
depiction.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it feels like? Yeah, when you're just like in the pocket at the gym or at the ring, it's just kind of like it's a whole other world.
Yeah. It's funny. I remember when I was watching that with my kids, I was so blown away by the part when they introduced the flow realm.
Yeah.
And I told B and the kids, I was like, hey, that's where I go.
That's what it is.
That's where I go. That's what happens to me. Everything disappears around me. You know what I mean? And I'm just...
You used to say, like, you're in a meditative state.
Yeah. It's almost like you're meditating. You know what I mean? The same sensation you get when you fall into a daydream.
Yeah.
It's like you're so relaxed and comfortable that you don't even need to blink. You're just kind of like, you know what I mean, zone. You feel like you're out of body. That's how I feel when I'm training, when I'm on the bag, or when I'm in the fight, you know? But after this, the only thing that I can't wait for is to give my full time to my kids and help them chase what they love.
Their dreams.
Yeah, their dreams, you know? I won't have to be at the gym. I won't have to go run, or, you know, right now I have to run. Yeah, at the level that I'm competing at, I have to be at the gym every day. I have to run. Yes, I love it, but it does come with a sacrifice, you know. Dad, can we go to the park today? I got to be at the gym if I'm in fight camp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to go run. I got to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I just can't wait to I don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do it if I have time. I'll always find time to do it because I love it, but it won't be at the expense of my kid's time.
Yeah.
You know, or her time.
Yeah. They say to be great, you have to sacrifice something. And with that, you're obviously sacrificing your time, energy, your diet.
Yeah.
And once, because you're already great. And then once that chapter is closed, then you could go ahead and proceed with the rest of the book that is, you know, full-time dad, full-time husband, full-time anything else. Man.
Yeah.
And that's so dope, dude. And it's cool that like I'm waiting for the mixtape that drops after you retire. Dude, I'm waiting for the La Russell, Eddie, Silky Smooth Abasolo collab, dude.
Yeah, man.
That'd be dope. Just start making music here in Vallejo. They just hit up La Russell and be like, yo.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Not only was I cooking in the ring, but I was cooking on my garage band on my phone.
Yeah.
Like a little drum set on there.
You want to see what I got? Dude, yeah, when you get back into music, you should rock what you were wearing in 2005. So Jabos and
Yeah.
tall tees. And then Bernadette will fall in love with you all over again.
Yeah.
Or not talk to you for 1 year. Dude, so you rapped when you did music and you were making beats.
Yeah.
I bring that up because I like to end this episode. I like to end the episodes here with like a fun way. So I have a comedy improv background. And usually if I have rappers on, I ask them to freestyle rap with me.
Yeah.
Or if I have anyone else on with me, I just I'll ask them to do an improv scene with me.
Okay.
Do you want to do either of those two with me today?
Sure.
Okay, which one do you want to do?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Should we have Bernadette choose for us? What do you want to see Eddie do today?
I don't know. If you want to see his music, I would have him.
Well,
he's not freestyling.
I've lacked reps. I've lacked reps, so I'm not. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's okay. I have reps and I'm still trash. So
This is made to be bad.
it's made to be bad. The podcast is called "It Can't Be That Bad," dude. Sometimes it's bad, man.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
All right, let's do an improv.
Okay, an improv scene?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because I wouldn't stop you if you had like a written on your phone that you wanted to spit over a beat. But we'll go ahead and do an improv scene. John will chime in too. Bernadette, if you want to go ahead and do an improv scene with us too, feel free to say stuff.
Why not?
But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, baddies, it can't be that bad. All right, you two. I want a clean fight. I don't want any hair pulling. I don't want any below the belt hits. We got that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So the weight that we're weighing in at, I'm so glad that you guys are willing to do the first ever obese fight championship. We're weighing in at 255 pounds each of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just to make sure, let's hop back on the scale. Up first, we have John Booby Boy Boo coming up to the scale.
Booby boy.
And look at that. Teetering up to 254.5, 255. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. All right, look into the camera and just give me a growl. Sounds good. That's going to sell real well. Perfect. Next up, we have Eddie Silky Smooth Abasolo. I heard that you, 20 years ago, you fought for one championship and you traveled all over the world. Since then, you've started making beats and you put on an extra 100 pounds. Let's see you get on the scale. 255 pounds. Okay, perfect. Now look into the camera and give me your growl.
I
Wow. It's really good. That's really good. Really good. All right, guys. Now I need you two to look at each other and just talk shit just for promos.
Okay.
You want to eat a cookie?
Yep. Put some whipped cream on it.
You want that cream on it?
Yeah.
I got cream for you right here.
All right, cut. Wait, guys. You guys are just flirting. What's going on? Bernadette's right there. She's not really happy about this.
Wasn't this supposed to be speed dating?
This is for.
We weighed in for the speed dating. Right?
We take this seriously here. Obese Fight Championship. Yeah, we just it's.
Oh, I thought this was obese dating.
That's a completely different channel.
Sorry. I'll put my pants back on.
Please put your pants back on, Eddie. I'm so sorry. Typically, they're not like this. I mean, I see why they call you Booby Boy. Yeah, you're supposed to fight.
Yeah, I'm Booby Boy for these big titties.
Oh man, Jesus Christ! I'm so sorry.
255 pounds of straight titties.
Well, you're already here. Let's try to rerun the shit talk one more time. Okay, Eddie, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you so hard.
Cut. He's still flirting with you. Bernadette, are you okay? Okay. She doesn't see. There's not 1 ounce of jealousy. I guess you're fine.
I was talking. I was telling him I'm gonna hit him. Right?
With those boobies?
I mean, come on. Stop smiling, Ed.
Okay. How about
motorboat you so hard?
All right, cut to the actual fight. We have John Boo walking out to his walking music. Da-na-da-na-na-na-na. Let's go, girls. And he curtsies as he's walking down the aisle to the ring. And now we have Eddie Abasolo. Hey, okay, Eddie, what music are you gonna walk out to today? You've been changing it up the past few fights.
I don't know. What should I walk out to?
Okay, we got that.
Okay.
Let me just put my shuffle in and my iPod shuffle in, and we'll get to it. Smooth operator.
Okay.
Smooth operator.
95 on the karaoke.
Right. 95.
And he's saying this as he's walking out. And we're at the ring now. All right, guys. All right, so you guys know how it's going to be. John, no making out. Eddie, no motorboating. So best out of 3 rounds. Today, our referee is going to be the wonderful Alan Christopher Boo. And he'll be judging you guys and all that stuff. And on your marks, get set.
What kind of fight is this?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's my first time announcing. All right. Oh, I should announce you guys. Yeah, you're right.
Are we on marks?
No, you guys should actually. I messed up. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Okay, all right. We're going to get this started. I'm going to announce you guys now. On the left corner, sporting absolutely no article of clothing, is John Booby Boy Boo.
Got $2.50 on my chest, baby. Let's go.
All right. And on the right corner, sporting the red and blue, we have Eddie Silky Smooth Abasolo.
Greased up with baby oil. Let's go.
So smooth.
All right. Cut to after the fight. It was a draw because they just kept spinning in circles without actually fighting for 12 minutes. So how do you guys feel about the fight?
I'm tired. That's a lot of spinning around we got going on here.
Yeah, Eddie, how do you think the fight went?
I think it went good.
I honestly thought Eddie should have won. But they came out with a draw. I'll take it. It was pretty good, but I thought I should have given it to him. I tried hitting him with both of my boobies. He dodged them, super silky smooth with a spinning back titty. I was like, my nipples, they cut glass. And it just missed the tip of his nose. Just so slick.
And scene. Okay. And that's improv, Eddie. That's how it goes. Yeah. It's just bullshit from nothing, and it's super silly. Yeah. Thanks for doing that. I know. Is that something you've ever done before?
No, I've never done improv before. But
Did you do that in the Big Daddy or the Daddy's Home?
They do.
Oh, yeah.
They
That's
do,
right,
yeah. They do improv in Daddy's home. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. That's exactly what I did that in high school. I did it in college, and
Oh, yeah?
now I just do it on this podcast.
That's tight.
It's funny. Like, I'll get some people that I never thought would do improv. Like, I had LaRussell on here, and he did
Yeah.
improv with me. And I'm like,
Oh,
I would
yeah?
never have thought I would be in a room with LaRussell doing improv.
Yeah.
But he did it. And now I've been in a room with Eddie Abasolo doing improv.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I sucked at it, but
Oh, you were great.
I'll work on it for next time I come back on.
No, dude, the heavy hitter improv line you said was, "I'm gonna motorboat your titties." Dude, I wish you would say that. You know, like when you like tap gloves with your opponent in the ring.
Just throw 'em off.
I don't want the cameras to catch it. I
Yeah.
only want your opponent to hear that. And your opponent's just like, I think at some point he's gonna slip, do a back elbow, then motorboat my titties.
Yeah, on the way down.
Before we get out of here, I did hit up my friend from elementary school, Chisaki Hagata. Shout out to you. She trains Muay Thai in at the UFC gym in Concord.
Oh, okay.
She trains with a bunch of like young guys there, and then I said that I was gonna have you on the podcast, and they had a whole bunch of questions for you that you could just answer pretty rapidly if you'd
okay.
like. The first question is, and she says, apologies for some, they're a bunch of young guys, LOL. What kind of mousse do you use because you have nice volume?
What kind of
He don't put nothing in his
yeah,
Right? Yeah.
I use the
5 and 1.
yeah,
5 and 1.
5 into 1.
and a
Should
bunch
get
of sweat
Bernadette on
from
the
the
improv
gym.
next time, dude.
Sweat from the gym.
Men sweat from the gym.
Okay, next question. And you don't have to answer this one, but they said, do you indulge in marijuana?
Yeah, I indulge.
Small, medium, or heavy?
Man, heavy.
Sick.
At what point did you feel like you could go all the way in Muay Thai?
Probably when I was amateur. When I first started as an amateur, like I was a bit delusional. I feel like you got to be delusional in the beginning because you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? But I remember in the beginning, I was delusional in the sense that I was like, man, I could. Give me Yachts and Clyde. I'll take Yachts and Clyde right now. You know what I mean? Looking back, I'm like, looking back at my old self, I'm like, boy, you would have got killed. You know what I mean? But that certain delusion is what made me continue to go. And like whoever they put in front of me, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't picking my fights or anything like that. It was just, I'll take the toughest person and I'll, you know what I mean? But I was training hard too. So this is also why I believed that I can go all the way.
Yeah. Like you said before, like you got to believe you're the champ before you actually are
Yeah.
up there, right?
Yeah.
Next question is, how many AMI fights did you have before you went pro?
I think 16.
13, but you had over 30
Smokers.
unsanctioned
Yeah.
fights though.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Hella smokers,
Wow.
13 amateurs.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Next one is, what's your favorite fighting movie?
My favorite fighting movie?
Ooh.
The Kung Fu Panda series.
Wow. That's hella funny.
For
dude.
real? Yeah, for real.
That's so
For
funny.
real. I've always felt like I was the Kung Fu Panda.
You thought you were
When I
Po?
watched that, I feel like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I misunderstood in the beginning of my journey. You know what I mean? But I'm the...
You were fat.
Yeah, I was fat.
Eating hella much.
Yeah. Like everyone around me was dope. You know what I mean? And I just had to try harder and like, you know, I just felt like I was the Dragon Warrior. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, that's hella funny. That's so good.
I for sure thought you were gonna say blood sport for like
Oh yeah.
up until that point. Yeah. I was like, for sure he's gonna say blood sport. Kung Fu Panda. I was like, the fuck?
That's so funny. Dude, Eddie, you're Poe. You're Poe from
Poe,
Kung Fu
yeah,
Panda.
hella Poe.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Thai brand?
Thai brand?
Ooh.
Like clothing wise?
I don't know. That's just the question. You could be.
Well, all right. Gloves.
Combat Corner.
Trunks.
Satra Woot.
What else do you wear?
That's all I wear.
That's all you wear.
Yeah.
Okay, then there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll say that. Thai oil before or after training?
Ooh.
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like my cologne.
Oh, and
Just a little bit.
As far as like Muay Thai Addict, they got some good stuff too.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah?
We'll shout them out.
Yeah.
Were you ever nervous to spar someone? If so, how did you get past that?
Yeah, I was nervous when I first sparred Kevin Ross, and I just did it.
Just did it.
Yeah.
You have to do the damn thing to just get over it.
But the way I did it was, okay, I need to show that I have skill, but I'm controlled. You know what I mean? Try and display my level, that I had a good level of skill and control, not with power or trying to out-muscle him or whatever. I wanted to show that I can play, but I can hold my own at the same time, and I feel like that's what got me comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you feel comfortable every single time you spar and have an opponent because you're used to it. You did the damn thing and you got past that.
Yeah, it's what I do now. You know what I mean? It's what I do. Like same way a bird flies and a fish swims. It's just what they do. How you do that? I just do it. I don't. You know what I mean?
Flow state, dude. Like you were saying, you're in there. You're not even thinking about it anymore.
Yeah.
Your movements are just so. Like I can't move that fast if I'm just walking. And that's something I'm just supposed to subconsciously do.
Yeah.
Eddie, thank you so much for coming. Before we get out of here, please look into the barrel of the camera. Tell listeners, tell viewers at home where they can find you, what they could follow, what they have to look forward to.
Right now you can just follow me on my IG, Eddie Abasolo Show. Me and Bernadette are currently working on the YouTube page, so watch out for that. I'll let everyone know when that drops, and then what else do I?
Yeah, just that's what to look forward to. Just
your gym.
Yeah, shout out your gym.
Shout out to the Resistance and everyone who's fighting for the Resistance, not just the fighters but the members, because we got a great family there. And just stay tuned because, I still got some more years in me. So anytime I step in the ring, I'm going to have you at the edge of your seats.
Yeah.
Are you taking new members at the Resistance?
All the time. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You guys heard that here.
Pleasanton area. Anywhere. If you're willing to make that drive, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one last thing. Look again into the barrel of the camera and leave my listeners with a phrase, a saying, something they could go about their day with that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Well, one thing that I've been repeating to myself more days these days is I always have what I need when I need it, as much as I need, for as long as I need it. I'm always doing the right thing at the right time. I'm always at the right place, saying the right thing to the right people. Whatever's yours will always be yours and will always find you. No matter whatever isn't yours will never be yours, no matter how hard you reach. So clap for the people around you and their successes because that's theirs. Don't wish that you had what they had because you don't know what price comes with that. And don't be so hasty to get what's yours. It'll come at the right time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thanks for coming, man. Deeply appreciate you, dude.
Thank you, bro.
It was a great episode. Baddies, listeners, you guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find the podcast because you're already here. Otherwise, I'll catch you later and love you. Thanks, John.
Yep.